Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about something more serious than my typical topics. It has to deal with self care issues in college graduates specifically and how you can deal with it. Firstly, I want to apologize for my lack of uploading. Unfortunately, I have too many ideas, but none appear fully flushed out or concise enough for me to make it into a video, so for that I'm very sorry. However, I choose to talk about this today because it seems to be a trend that everyone has been at least touching on a little bit, and I wanted to weigh in because of how close this topic is to my heart. So let me start by talking with newly graduated college kids. Congratulations on entering the adult world. One of two things is going to happen now. You're either going to get your own place and start working for the rest of your life, or you're going to move back home with your parents and work on your career from home. Either option is a viable choice, but both have extreme drawbacks. Should you decide to move back home with your parents, I warn you that complacency is a real thing. And you should keep yourself regimented, meaning now that you are back home, this does not now mean that you are on vacation. You should keep yourself busy, help around the house, send out resumes, get a local job, something to keep you active. If you do not, it is very possible to lull yourself into a false sense of security from which it will be difficult to leave. If you are already in this situation and have found your way to this video, let me explain that your situation is not necessarily dire, but it is time sensitive. If you happen to be in this situation, you are likely somewhat lazy, messy, or lacking in motivation. This is not meant to offend, but rather to make you see yourself for the real you, and perhaps encourage you to make a change. For now, I will leave this group to mull over what I just said and talk to the other group, the ones who live on their own now and work for a living. Depending on how long you've been working, you may already feel what I am about to say. You may have a homesickness brewing, or a feeling like the past was much more fun. The novel experiences you shared with friends from high school or college may begin to wear at you, especially if you moved after college and are now in a new location, away from your college friends. If this does not apply to you, hang on a second. The work life you lead now will begin to lose its novel edge after a while. After all, it is unlikely that you landed your dream job as a new graduate. The entry-level position isn't likely an end goal. In the meantime, find something to occupy you while you are home, or off from work. I know you are going to be tired, and you are going to want to stay home. You may not want to go out, but I encourage you highly to go out and specifically meet people. Make new friends. You will need the company. Humans are social creatures. We do so much better when there are others we know and enjoy spending time with. If you are a gym person, go do that. Go to a local coffee shop that does acoustic if you're the music type. Whatever you do, meet people. It will be invaluable in your new place in life. If you think you do not need to, let me ask you something. How much can you look forward coming home to nothing? No voices, no music, nothing. It's just you and maybe a cat. That is so lonely, and I highly recommend doing something certain days out of the week. Even people at work, make one or two friends that you seem to get along with. Play D&D if that's your thing. It seems to be rather popular nowadays. You'd be surprised how many geeky people are around you. We're like cockroaches. If you are a person who has friends around still from college, make a point to hang out with them if they are still around, and go together out somewhere else to make more friends, because God forbid one of them gets a new job and moves away. Then you're stuck in the same position as the previous group. Making friends doesn't end once you have college friends and you then graduate. Okay, so back to the people who move back home. Honestly, you could also learn from making friends too. If your parents live in your high school town, I'm going to warn against exclusively hanging out with people from high school. I don't know of anyone who enjoyed high school without overwhelming negative feelings or stories. Honestly, a group of your close friends may be alright, but don't leave it there. Go out, make new friends, explore your hometown area now that your parents don't need to be asked to go somewhere. If you're wondering where all this comes from, or rather, who the hell I am to assume these things about you, that is a fair question. I'm simply a person who graduated exactly 1 year ago. I've had ups and downs living on my own hundreds of miles away from my family, and another 100 miles away from my college friends. I have at points gotten so wrapped up in my memories of times gone by that it has made me unable to do my work properly. Don't get me wrong, I live with my fiancée, but she and I are homebodies, and slightly antisocial. It is hard for us to really get out there, but I luckily had a friend who brought me into a new group of friends, and that has spawned many more friendships since then. These people have done wonders for my fiancée and I, and this is a lesson I wish someone had told me earlier in my life. And so now I pass the knowledge on to you, and hope you can share this video with your friends or family who may be struggling, or even may not be struggling. You don't know. They may not want to tell you, but it won't hurt. But that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you soon.